Tomorrow is a 48 First Alert Weather Day, sponsored by Mr. Rooter Plumbing for all your emergency plumbing services.
Yeah, if you go outside today, beautiful blue skies, the weather's nice, pretty mild, a nice early March day, but things are changing.
Things are changing. It's always the days leading up to severe weather. You're like, oh, it's so beautiful,
Yes.
but you just know what is coming. And first things first, a lot of wind. You're going to start to notice that overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, and we'll have these general gradient winds, Gina, gusting 40 to maybe 50 plus miles per hour through a good portion of the day on Tuesday. That's all leading up to a line of strong to severe storms coming in. So the general wind is going to be annoying, but it could cause some power outages on its own or just topple some trees across the area before we even start tracking those storms coming in from the west. As we go into Tuesday evening, we'll have your timeline coming up here in a moment, and then a big temperature drop between Tuesday and Wednesday. It's actually a cold front, so a high of 55. We'll actually hit that pretty early in the day, but with the northwest wind still gusting 30, 40 miles per hour, we'll be talking about a wind chill likely in the upper 30s to low 40s. But look at today for a Monday, just showing off. Temperatures will continue to warm into the upper 50s to low 60s, but 48 First Alert Weather Day for Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning. And this is going to be a pretty impactful weather event for a good portion of the southeast U.S., all the way down to the Gulf beaches, farther off to the west through Louisiana into parts of East Texas. But that line of storms will start to move in later tomorrow evening. The primary concern with this line of storms will be damaging straight line wind gusts that could lead to potential power outages. So tomorrow, a prime example of a day where, if you can from time to time, just make sure you're charging those mobile devices in case you lose power, because you don't know how long it will be until they restore your power. Threats of heavy rainfall. I think the line will move fast enough that flash flooding is not a huge concern, and we do have just enough spin and instability that we have to include the mention of at least a low-end brief spin-up tornado threat. That's not our number one concern, though. I think we had a more favorable setup for brief tornadoes a couple weeks ago, just running that story about Athens there, and also out to Rogersville, Tuscumbia, other places that had those tornadoes. But damaging straight line winds, that's number one. That's the focus of the forecast. Heavy rain and frequent lightning, that's a given. Here's your high wind timeline for that line of storms. No significant changes, if anything, a little earlier in the day now. Now, still late Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. for you in northwest Alabama, Franklin, Colbert, Lauderdale, parts of Lawrence, as well as Limestone County. Continuing to trek east through tomorrow evening over I-65 corridor, north central Alabama, central southern middle Tennessee, including Giles, Lincoln, Moore, Franklin County. And last but not least, here into Marshall, Jackson, DeKalb County from 9 p.m. And that threat wrapping up around midnight. It will be off in Georgia, parts of far east Tennessee. Let's take a look at the rest of the day today. Beautiful day. Can't wait to get out here, but also take advantage of it in the form of looking in your front and backyard and securing anything that could possibly blow away as those winds start to pick up tomorrow. We're still in the 60s and 70s with cloudy skies, but then we start tracking that line of storms, producing that threat for damaging straight line winds, potential for embedded tornadoes, heavy rainfall, maybe even small hail. By Wednesday morning, temperatures will start to fall here, and the winds will be on the gusty side, hitting 30 to 40 miles per hour. So a windy stretch Tuesday into Wednesday, 50s and 60s for the rest of that 10-day forecast. Until next week, we've got 70s.